Ever since I was basically back in the challenger ranks, I've always wanted to be able to hire a Rocket League coach. It's funny, way back in the day, I actually emailed one of the more well-known Rocket League content creators, basically asking him to coach me and to coach my friend also. And he told me that he wasn't doing any coaching anymore and that his time was better spent just making content, which I completely understand. The thing was, I didn't actually need the most famous or the best player in the world to coach me. I just needed somebody who had way more experience and who knew how to explain and to basically just teach. Now fast forward 2 years or so, I've decided to use most of my time in Rocket League focusing on creating content. And I've actually been the one who started to get emails from people asking for coaching, which is pretty crazy. So I partnered with this guy who had a very similar vision for basically creating a platform for Rocket League coaching and for training. And it's finally done. And it's called Gamersrdy. And that's actually where I've finally been able to hire my own Rocket League coach. The man himself, the legend, the creator of the Musty flick and other very random things, Musty himself. So in this video, I'm just gonna basically be sharing some of the clips from our coaching session that we did a few days ago. Now this was by far the best thing I could have done for my game. Like, it was the best hour spent, I think, in my whole Rocket League career. So I'm not trying to sell this to you. Getting to do this made me believe in this platform even more. I haven't felt this way about Rocket League in so long. Like, we got done and I was just like so jacked up. I couldn't believe how much he had to say. And I feel like I now know what I need to focus on to move forward into basically ranking up, which is such a good feeling, like just having clarity, especially when you feel like you're not totally sure where you're going with your game. You just feel like you're just playing a bunch. Anyways, I don't want to waste any more time. Here are some of the highlights from our session.
But I mean, again, it's just consistency and mechanics, which for free play will help. What are you doing? Oh my goodness gracious.
This is all unintentional. I knew what I was doing, but it was so bad. It was like bar down.
200 IQ, man. I mean, these plays, the RLCS players haven't even seen these types of plays yet. That's how advanced you are, man.
I don't know, but like he like hit it perfect. You know, he was like,
yeah.
"What are you doing?" Oh, that's so funny.
I mean, I'm just not even gonna talk about that one. I'm not sure what that was, but
that's great.
Ended up working out for you guys. Let's got around him there. If you could have seen him in time. That guy's car
looks just like yours.
What in the world?
I know.
I thought that was me. What in the world, dude?
Wait.
Salty Diego 72398.
Is he literally mimic? Do you use Cristiano's?
Yeah, everything. Is he using? I'm gonna go to his view really quick. Is he using Crimson Sparkle? Okay, no, he's using Crimson Ion Boost or whatever it's called. But that's like my exact. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, let's see. You are rotating a little bit far out here at 444.
Yeah, I think that's something I do like a lot. I think that's a problem I have, is because it's like a dependence on the back corner boosts. Like, but how much boost do I have? Like,
you have like 98. You have like 100 boost.
Yeah, what am I doing?
Yeah, I know. I used to have the same exact problem.
Yeah, like
I still do that sometimes.
443, right? I'm like not quite to midfield. I should be like turning in, probably, right?
Yeah.
At about the mid boost instead of going like dodging through the mid boost all the way to the back one.
Exactly. You don't even need the mid boost to be honest.
No, I'm like, I want all 3 side boosts is what it looks like. That's my problem, honest, dude.
Yeah, even if you have 0 boost here, or like if you have 20 boost here, like 443, then still going back all the way to your own boost still isn't a good decision, because that way you're way too far out in your team's rotation. So generally, even if you're super low boost, you'd want to be if you have the offensive pressure, if you're super low boost, you never really want to go all the way back if you can help it.
Yeah.
Try to just be picking up as many pads as you can, but you should be putting this on their backboard or somewhere to make them really have to work for this ball.
Okay.
And you kind of just got like a mediocre hit towards their net. It kind of looks like you hit it with the wheels of your car just a tiny bit, where you didn't quite get the power you wanted at like 424.
Yeah.
So if you hit that with the corner of your car, you can either get a shot on net and make them work for it and start up some offensive pressure, or hit it against the backboard or do something like that. But it looks like you just barely nicked it with your wheels, and that didn't allow you to really get a quality shot on net.
Yeah, and I remember when I went up for this, this is nice because this was a recent replay, but I remember when I went up, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be juicy, because like I just sometimes the ball goes flying up and you're like, yeah. And and then I just did, just like flopped it, like flubbed it down
like,
into the ground.
You can visualize like in your head like the RLCS commentators, and
Yeah,
you like visualize a double tap about to happen or something,
and then nothing happens.
Then nothing happens. Yeah. I just want to see how you can serve your boost here. So you have 56 boost right here.
Oh, this is something
maybe a little bit too much boost when you're going back.
Would you save like 10 or something like that?
Generally, yeah. I've been making a point for myself to never have 0 boost.
Okay, interesting.
So right here, maybe you have 44 boost, jump, wave dash off the wall, and then stay around like 20 boosts, and then flip after the wave dash like you did. Maybe not use your boost all the way through that flip. I was coaching a guy earlier today. He did the same exact thing, but like 10 times worse than you. He would use all of his boosts to get back every single time. You generally want to be at least saving a little bit, and it's not like there's a major breakaway happening here where you have to really, really quickly get back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So you did totally the right thing here. I 100% agree with this, and I feel like a lot of players maybe below champion, they should know about this. Instead of going for a shot on net here or a hit to the corner or just flipping into it, if you hit it off the right side of the ball here, you can gain a ton of power on the ball, and it bounces out for you to get another hit on it. And if you do it right, you'll always be able to follow up that hit if you're fast enough. So
yeah, it's one of those things that
100%.
like I know kind of how to do, and I can do it like in free play sometimes, but not always, you know. It just wasn't executed quite right, but it still is like, even if you don't do it right, it's like a pass pretty much.
Yeah.
So
yeah, still you really did the right thing here for sure by hitting against the sidewall, because again, like I said, you're getting power on the ball and you get the bounce. So I really do like what you did here, because there could be, if the defender's really fast, there could be a defender challenging for this. So you going for this would beat a potential defender who challenged for that, and then it would be a pass of some sort. But so you just picked up the 100 boost, and then right now you should be around supersonic. See the things on your wheels? That means you're supersonic. I'm sure you know that. But
yeah.
So, and you know, if the ball is like rolling up the ball here, maybe not go. If it's like just rolling up slowly, maybe don't go for it and let your teammate go for it. But you know it's rolling up fast enough to where it's popping out a little bit. And then if you keep all your momentum here, you will be first this ball every single time. You'll be to the guy on the left of your screen right here, Phantom Duck. You'll beat him to that ball every single time if you keep your momentum like you did. So I really like how you did that. What you did isn't like wrong or anything, but it could have been a much more dangerous play if you pass it to Vpronde here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
It's still making it a lot easier for them. So if you pass it to your teammate here, like instead of hitting it to the middle or to the left, hit it to the right, and then that way your teammate would be there and he could follow up a shot, and it'd be a lot easier for sure. I like how, again, you flip back on purpose. Once you are first man, you pick up their corner boost and then purposely flip back, so you know that's like a silent signal to your teammates that you are indeed going back.
Okay.
Makes it really easy for them to read what you're doing there.
So flipping for you in like not in using your card to communicate, flipping like in this scenario when you're rotating is a way of saying I'm not cutting rotation, I'm like leaving.
Yeah, it's a way, like, it's making it like 100% obvious that you're going back for sure.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
really
a
good.
really good tip to learn, especially even at the lower ranks. Like, don't just rotate out, make it as obvious as you can by flipping. Right here, you are too close to the play because it was kind of an unexpected play. But I don't like how you lost all your momentum here and went to like a complete stop, like right here. See how you stopped? You want to do everything in your power to never really stop. So even if it's like an unexpected play like that, just keep boosting forward and either move to the left or to the right and keep your momentum while you're rotating back and recovering.
Okay.
You just lost a lot of momentum there when you really didn't need to, even though it was an unexpected play. So the main things I think you should work on are when you're rotating back, when you're the third man back and you're rotating, like you just hit the ball as the first man and now it's time for you to rotate back. I noticed like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 times you rotated really far back, maybe to your own corner boost, or you just went too far back out of the play. Generally, when you're third man, you still want to be rotating back behind your teammates, but you still want to be in the play a little bit, not like all the way away from the play. So that's probably the main thing I noticed you need to work on. Maybe your recoveries, you use a little bit too much boost when you didn't need to while you're recovering, but that's definitely not the big thing here. The big thing is when you're rotating back to that third man position, you want to make sure you stay close to the play.
Gotcha.
And I mean, you have really good mechanics. You have good speed, like I noticed. It's just mainly a matter of consistency. I've seen some errors, like you're trying to hit like a ball really hard, and you end up hitting it with your wheels. I noticed that 2 or 3 times, and you missed a few balls. But I'd say overall your mechanics and your speed are pretty good, but those could use some working. Which I mean, free play and custom trainings, you can improve speed and mechanics pretty easily. But yeah, overall your game was pretty good, man. So I mean, it was really fun coaching you.
Dude, you're the best. That was so good. Super good.
Thank
It
you,
just
man.
makes me want to play. Like, all I want to do right now is just go play. Like,
Yeah, and it helps me out too, because sometimes I do dumb stuff when I'm playing. So when I coach other people, it's like actually helps me like improve my own game, because I can visualize like my own mistakes in other people's play, if that makes any sense at all.
yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of what you're talking about is coming from your own experience, like getting better, so you see it in yourself. But that was really good.